Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? So, my plan is I want to learn more about Overwatch. I've been playing Overwatch for, I would say, since 2017. I think 2017. I've been playing since Overwatch 1. I think the newest character I can remember being added was, for me, it was Ash. My husband started playing first, and so I watched him play, and I do remember Hammond getting added into the game. Anyway, through all these years, I've always heard of the animated trailers coming out. I've watched a couple of them. I think I've seen Bastion's and Kiriko's. I think Bastion's was the first one I watched, then Kiriko, and then Vendetta. So those three. That's the only origin stories and animated shorts that I've seen. So tonight I've gotten cozy, I've gotten comfy, and I've decided that I would like to go through, watch, and learn more about this game that I'm putting so much time and effort into, and maybe learn more about the lore and what's going on behind the scenes of just normal competitive 5v5. So I went to the Overwatch YouTube page, and this is the lore playlist, and I went to the first one, which is just the cinematic trailer for the game. When did this come out? 11 years ago. Wow. Um. Anyway, it begins, and it's just the usual fight scenes and stuff. I have already watched the first 29 seconds. The first thing I wanted to stop and point out was here where the scene switches to the two little kids in like this museum. They start naming off some names of heroes for Overwatch, and that got me really curious. Like, is that people that we could possibly meet in the future, or is that people that died in battle or something like that? I don't know, something to think about. All right, let's see where we go now.
Liberty to all nations. Overwatch. Soldiers, scientists, advanced.
Huh. So this was 11 years ago. And I just realized there's some people in here that I do know and some people that I don't know. I don't know who this is. It looks like a male character, but the wings kind of thing also kind of looks like Farah. Don't know who this is. And this is pretty cool because this looks like Echo, which Echo wasn't added 11 years ago, so don't know who this is. Or this. Wait, is that Diva? She's wearing the little earpiece, so it makes me think Diva. But I don't think so. I don't know who that is. I just realized I thought this was Torb, but Torb's right here. So who could this be? I don't know. We'll see.
Adventurers, oddities, guardians who secured global peace for a generation. Under its steadfast protection, the world recovered. And today, though its watch has ended, its soaring idea.
So cool! In that one battle, they had Soundquake. Remember, he...
Yeah, Soundquake. I want to know who that is. Kind of sounds like Lucio, to be honest. Since he kind of does cause an earthquake with his sound thing.
has, like, chest missiles.
No, it definitely doesn't have chest missiles, though.
So which Tracer. Yeah, Tracer.
Yeah, Fusionator. I've never heard that name before. Like I said, I wonder if these are people that either retired or fallen in battle kind of thing. We all know Tracer, though.
She's like, cheers, love. The cavalry is here. Pew, pew, pew. Whoa.
Is that Doomfist's fist? How is that here?
That's Doomfist's gauntlet.
Gauntlet, yes. Sorry, not fist, but gauntlet. But I was right.
Oh, man. They said he could level a skyscraper. And remember, he was all fighting and Winston beat him and was like, Primal Punch!
That's only in the holovids. Everybody knows Overwatch got shut down. Half of them are just mercenaries now.
I was wondering why this kid was in such a sourpuss kind of mood. I am curious to know which ones the mercenaries are, though. Oh, that's so cool. Just curious, how in the world did Widow take him down like that? How does Widow have him falling through the sky, or falling through the glass from the sky?
Enjoying the exhibit? All right, playtime's over. Get to cover.
Come on, move it!
Why all of the Widows in my games is a lot better shot than that? They don't miss.
There you are.
What are you looking at?
This is actually very cool. It feels so weird to be able to see them fighting in a type of animation style rather than just normal gameplay. Oh, there was something else I was going to say and I lost it. Oh well. It's toxic, but they need to put that in the game. Where Winston just picks up Tracer and launches her at somebody. That should be like if they both have their ult at the same time. That's funny.
Die.
Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here.
Reaper's ult definitely lasted a lot longer than it should.
Come on, big guy. Get up.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Now I understand why the Doomfist gauntlet is there. They must have stolen it once before, and now Talon is there to take it back.
Oh, no.
That was messed up. Reaper is the kind of asshole that would do something like that, though. But what a great way to make him go primal rage.
Yeah! Watch out!
Hey!
No, he didn't. That was so cool. You know that kid's like never gonna be the same now. He's gonna be so dang happy with himself. Did he break it?
You know, the world could always use more heroes.
What if that like grows up to be a new Overwatch character? Wish they would tell the names of these kids. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm so glad I watched that. This is very interesting to me. I'm nerding out over Overwatch lore. And I just realized with that whole video I forgot to make it full screen. Okay, so this is supposed to be Soldier 76's origin story. I know nothing about him. All I know is apparently he has some beef with Reaper. So we'll see how this goes. And I'll make it big this time.
My name is Jack Morrison. People used to call me a hero. Bad guys popped up all over the world. Lots of folks said we failed to keep the world safe. Protests broke out. They said that we were the problem. Our enemies blew up our headquarters, and me with it. They thought I died. Part of me did.
Okay, I gotta pause because I'm confused. Why does he have a gravestone? Jack Morrison. So what, now he's just playing dead since they thought he died? Wait, doesn't he have some metal body parts and stuff? I don't know. Did Mercy put him back together?
But the war goes on. Now, I move in secret, striking from the shadows, hunting all.
Okay, so yeah, there's some, what do you call it? Cyber bio stuff going on here.
Those that brought Overwatch down. Call me a vigilante if you want. Truth is, I'm just a soldier.
That was not helpful, except that he was presumed dead, but isn't. And I guess I always forget that Overwatch actually used to be in a war with the Omnics, all the robots and stuff like that. I always forget about that part, that it's not just Talon that they're against. That's interesting, but that one was not very good. I wanted more. Next, this one is, it had Winston. So I don't know what this one's about. It's just called Recall. So we'll see. Oh, gotta make it big.
Shield generator test ready to proceed.
Oh, it just hit me that he's in that little workshop in Watch Point Gibraltar. I don't think I ever knew that this was Winston's lab or workshop or... Anyway, this is Winston's domain. And he's made a little mini shield.
Now,
The second Omnic crisis continues to devastate Russia. The conflict between Omnics and humans has now claimed over 15,000 lives. So far, the international community has been reluctant to intervene.
the Petrus Act clearly states any Overwatch activity is deemed illegal and punishable by prosecution.
I know. You're right.
Okay, I'm going to state my opinion here. I've always thought this. I don't know, I could be the only one who thinks this. Maybe I'm a bad person. I would probably end up being on the evil side or the dark side or something if any of this was to come true. But just like in the Marvel stuff and now in Overwatch, there's always the heroes, the good guys that are out there to fight for us and keep us safe and all this. And then for some reason, the citizens just hate them. Obviously, maybe not all of the citizens, but maybe it's a government thing. I don't know. But why? Why are we always against the good guys? Why are we always trying to shut the good guys down? And we're better at shutting the good guys down rather than the bad guys. Anyway, but my opinion on this would be if I was on like Overwatch, or if I was a heroic type of person and government or the higher ups or whatever were trying to shut me down and turn me into a criminal or make me out to be a criminal, you better believe that I would just sit back and say, to hell with it, then y'all deal with it, and watch the world fall around me. And just to sit back and say, listen, yeah, if you would have had us on your side, this probably wouldn't have happened. Just because we stop doesn't mean the bad guys are going to stop. Maybe that's just a bad outlook. I am the kind of person, though, that sit back and, I told you so. Otherwise, I wouldn't be worrying myself about it. But obviously, I don't have the heart of a hero, because I'm sure people like Winston and Tracer and Soldier and Brigida and all of them, Reinhardt, they worry about the citizens no matter how the citizens act. They just care about people, and they would feel horrible if they didn't. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I would sit back and watch the world burn before I put myself through the stress of worrying about media or government, trying to come and stop us or shut us down or put us in jail for trying to be nice. No, that's just my opinion.
That's the way the world is. But I do miss the old days.
Oh, wait a minute.
But I do miss the old days.
This is Reaper, because I know this Reaper skin. Is he on Overwatch? Or is he just friends? Wait a minute. And that's McCree, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be his gun. I didn't know that they were full-on affiliated with these people. I always thought McCree was just like a bounty hunter who just did whatever he could for some coins or something. But I did not know Reaper was in on this. It's weird to see Reinhardt without the armor. Genji looks so tiny next to McCree. And Ana. Does she have both eyes? It looks like she has both eyes. No eye patch. Ana look good though. I love that skin too. Okay. Oh, it's Baby Winston. I'm getting, what is it? What's the movie about the apes? Anyway, I'm sure you guys know the movie with the apes that get like experimented on. And anyway, the doctor brings one home and like teaches him all kinds of stuff. And then there's like 4 movies now or 5. I can't remember. I've seen them all, just can't remember the name. Oh well. But it's cute, and that's the vibes I'm getting from this. I remember that his name was Caesar. Planet of the Apes, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. I just remembered. Oh my god, the nostalgia of the old map, Lunar Horizon. Or was it Horizon Lunar? I think it was Lunar Horizon. Everybody hated that map. I don't know why, but apparently it was bad enough that the game devs actually took it out indefinitely. But I miss that map so much. I loved being able to, like, there was always a section where you could walk outside because it was on the moon, which I'm assuming is this area where baby Winston is now. There was an area where you could walk outside on the moon, and there was like barely any gravity, so you could hop around and stuff. And then like the sound also was very low, so you couldn't hear anything. But I remember having like so many battles outside on the moon. It was pretty fun. Maybe that's why it got shut down though, and taken away, is because it was too different and too weird. But man, I loved it.
I think you have something that belongs to me. I'll trade you. There you go, buddy. Well, there's not.
Okay, how weird is that? Am I the only one that finds this a little unusual? That this doctor slash scientist slash whatever he is has the same name as Winston, the same glasses as Winston. I don't know, I find that kind of unusual. Like, I get it, if something happens to this man right here, if something happens to him for whatever reason, and if he obviously really likes the glasses, like, I understand taking something that belonged to the person you love and that cared about you as a keepsake, but he wears them, which I find unusual. And now I totally understand why he went primal rage when Reaper smashed him. Or maybe it's not the same glasses. Maybe they just look similar. But still, the name. This dude's name is Winston. That's kind of unusual that he just adapted this dude's name too. But then again, it's not that weird because, you know, got lots of juniors in the world. You know, you name your kids after yourself. So maybe that's what happened here. I don't know. We'll see.
Much to see from in here, kiddo. But you know there's more out there, don't you?
I'm detecting intruders.
Talon. Athena. Kill the lights.
Okay, so a couple things I wanted to point out real quick. So for this fight, I noticed that Winston is actually not wearing the glasses, which makes me wonder, does he actually have the glasses on in game? I don't think I've ever noticed up close and personal. I'm gonna have to check the next time I get on to play. And there was something else I was going to say. Oh, I hope Overwatch people show up, but probably not. I don't know what about to happen to Winston.
Security protocols failing. Winston, Reaper is extracting the Overwatch agent's database.
Okay. So this short is making Reaper look even more badass than usual. I gotta really stop pulling for the bad guys all the time. Me and my husband had a conversation the other day after we watched the Vendetta short, and we both were like, "What team would we be on if we had to choose between Overwatch or Talon?" Yeah, we both kind of agreed we would go for Talon instead. Obviously, we're not mean bad people. We just resignate with the dark side, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's continue with the sweet, sad story of Winston's origin.
You took these because you wanted to see if there was more out there. Well, see for yourself.
Winston! He's going to have all agents' locations.
I'll be sure to send them your regards.
Okay, before we continue, so now I kind of understand why Winston has his caregiver's glasses. They were obviously a gift given so that he could, you know, see what's really out there, which I think is precious. It makes me feel a little bit better. I hope he doesn't, you know, die tragically or anything like that. Man, Reaper, you gotta stop looking so badass. That's a good wallpaper right there. Okay.
Monkey.
I'm not a monkey. I'm a scientist.
Wow, I just thought of something. So, you know, now in Overwatch 2, the latest update, which was the 5 new heroes, what if. Well, no, it wasn't actually the 5 new heroes, was it? Okay, I'm not sure when the update came out for when characters get perks now. Once you level up so much in a match, you get, you know, a minor perk and a major perk. And the only perk I know for Winston is that eventually his shield bubble will heal. I think anybody, not just him. But anyway, it will heal if you're inside of it. What if, going back to one of these old original animated shorts like this one, what if they made his shield like explode after it timed out? Just to do extra damage, like that would be so cool. They did this. I don't know why they didn't put it in the game because it's genius.
Extraction 90%. Failing 98%.
Hang on, Athena. Athena? Athena!
Virus quarantined. I'm running diagnostics on the core database. Restoring systems.
That was stressful. I don't know why that got me so upset. I lost his AI friend, made me feel like losing Jarvis and Iron Man. And we barely know Athena. But anyway, good job, Winston. Here's another thing that always confuses me. So in these shorts, we just saw Reaper get obliterated into dust, pretty much. Left his guns behind and everything. Is that considered the death of Reaper? Like in the world of Overwatch lore, is Reaper dead now? Or do they just literally have respawn in this universe, the Overwatch universe? Do they have respawn? Or he's just respawned back at his spawn point in the Talon place, and he's like, damn, we were so close. 96%. Just have to try again next time. Because I don't know how the timeline works in this, but obviously I've seen Reaper in other animated shorts. Specifically, the only one I can think of is the most recent Vendetta short. Reaper was in it. Okay, anyway, okay. Let's see what happens.
Never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Establishing agent connections.
Wow, there was a lot of characters that I had never seen before. And I'm just realizing it has Tracer's name. Don't know why I never realized her real name wasn't Tracer, but Lena Oxton? Lena Oxton? How can she be 26 though? She looks like she's 16, 17 at the most.
Winston? Is that you, love? It's been too long.
Yes. Yes, it has.
Okay, yep, that answered my question about Reaper. So I guess as long as there's even a tiny little particle left, he can just poof back to normal. That was good. That was interesting. Okay, next we have, this one's the one with Widow on it. Alive.
When I was a girl, I had a fear of spiders.
Oh, yeah. So I do know she's French. And I do know, or I think I know, that she isn't happy being a part of Talon. Like, I don't know if she's being controlled or what it is. It has something to do with the reason she's blue. And I also think there is one skin that I know of out there where she isn't blue. And it was supposed to be before she got mixed up with Talon, which, like I said, I don't know any of that. I know she's French, and I want to say it has something to do with her husband or boyfriend. I feel like there was a love issue involved. And something about this being against her will. But let's learn.
I was told they felt no emotion, that their hearts never beat. But I know the truth.
I haven't had much to say about this one. I like the action scenes, and they kind of just lull me out of it. At first, when I saw the Omnic come out, I really thought that was in Where am I at? I'm at 324, so I can remember for next time. I really thought that was about to be Zen, but I know he doesn't have the same voice, and I feel like his face is a little longer than Zen's, but I don't know. And I definitely don't think it's Ramatra. But this could just, I mean, obviously there's tons of Omnics. I even tried to see if I could point out somebody in this, but I don't think so. I'm just curious though, why does Widow want these people, or not these people? Why is she trying to kill this guy? Just to continue starting a war, just to keep us from peace as much as possible. Why is that such a good picture of Tracer? I'm trying to think of anything else I missed. Gotta love Widow's fighting style. She makes it look easy. I still want to learn more about her. I noticed we were about halfway through and don't know anything about her.
Huh?
I don't know why I was so fixated on the fact of wondering if she was going to use her little spider mine or not in this video. We've seen her look through her scope. We've seen her ult now, as we saw the, damn it, what's the word? The red, infrared stuff. We saw the ult. And I was just been sitting here wondering, like, are we going to see the little spider? Oh, we saw the grapple hook. But I was really thinking we weren't going to see this little spider mine that I hate so much. But I'm glad it made its appearance here. Oh my god. That is the unluckiest shit ever. Or luckiest. I don't know if that was the plan. Widow could have had that all drawn out and as a blueprint in her head that she's either going to get Tracer or her target. And now everybody's going to think that Tracer did it on purpose. And that she should have died for this person. This one's stressing me out. It's pissing me off.
Looks like the party is over.
No. Why? Why would you do this?
When I was a girl, I had a fear of spiders. I was told they felt no emotion.
Okay. So, all of the information that I've heard about Widow definitely was not explained in this video. I know there are short stories and stuff to go along with the characters, which one day I may go through and read those, but I'm not learning anything new about Widow, except that she is annoying and badass, and I don't like her any more than I did. which wasn't much to begin with. And she knows how to make an exit.
Their hearts never beat, but I know the truth. At the moment of the kill, they are never more alive.
Okay. What's the next one? Dragons. I know that's got to be Hanzo and Genji. They're part of the dragon clan. How long is it? 8 minutes? Depending on how much I stop, I'll be able to finish this one, and then I'll call it a night.
My family tells of an ancient legend about two great dragon brothers, the dragon of the North Wind and the dragon of the South Wind. Together, they upheld balance and harmony in the heavens.
Yes, they have harmony because one's good and one's bad. No, I'm just kidding. I honestly don't know how bad Hanzo actually is. I just know that he doesn't seem to be as goody-goody as Genji. Maybe I'll learn today. And I'm so excited to see Hanamura. I miss this map too. Don't know why they took it out, it seems like, because everybody whined and complained about it for some reason that I still don't understand. Because if anybody tries to say that it has to do with the amount of choke points or the amount of, I don't know, flanking areas that there were, I call bullshit, because I feel like all of the maps in the game still have that issue. I can't tell you how many times I've played in, what is it, New Queen Street. I hate New Queen Street because you can never look in front of you. You have to constantly be looking behind you because there's a million different ways that you can go around and get behind the team without anybody knowing. And yes, there's places to fall off the map. There's places where people can cheese the point in different ways. If that's, what you consider it, cheesing it. Like in Hanamura, I know the biggest issue was people would have a Hammond that would just attach to that pole in the middle and go round and round and knock you off the point constantly, and boom, you get a free point. But like, there's just, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about the reasons why some of these maps were permanently removed from the game. I'm just going off of the rumors that I've heard, which was never really anything trustworthy. But I still never heard any other reasonable excuse for removing them.
But the two brothers argued over who could better rule their land. Their quarrel turned to rage, and their violent struggle darkened the skies, until the dragon of the South Wind struck down his brother, who fell to earth, shattering the land.
Well, that dude would be fired immediately. I would get in so much trouble if I did that. Talk about butterfingers.
The dragon of the South...
Oh, yes, that's right. It wasn't like a pillar in the middle of the point. It was a bell. Duh. It's been a long time, so it's understandable that I forget.
South Wind had triumphed, but as time passed and he realized his solitude, the sweetness of victory turned to ash. One day, a stranger called up to the dragon and asked, "O Dragon Lord, why are you so distraught?" The dragon told him, "Seeking power, I killed my brother, but without him, I am lost." The stranger replied,
Oh my god. So, let me get this straight. So, I knew Genji and Hanzo were brothers, same clan. I did not know that they were pretty much fighting over dominance of the clan or leadership over it or whatever. I didn't know that that's why they were fighting. So I do know that Genji, the reason he's, I guess, considered a cyborg ninja. I main Mora. I play Mora the most. And I've heard her say many times something about how she could have, what's the word? Brought him back without all of the metal. And Genji always says something smart like, what, and make me a monster? Pretty much like Reaper. Which I've heard is also pretty bad because you can hear Reaper sometimes talking about how horrible it is. But I didn't know Genji was dead. I guess it makes sense because Reaper was too. I think. Not 100% sure. But I did not know that Hanzo killed him. That's really dark. Anyway, and in the games, they're still pissed at each other. They still got all the banter. You'd think at some point you'd be like, alright, I'm sorry, let's just have a truce. Let's see.
You risk so much to honor someone you murdered.
That it was your duty.
It was my duty and my burden. That does not mean I do not honor him.
Oh, that was so cool. Oh man, Genji's a badass. I was gonna say, I don't understand how can you not tell that that's your brother, but I forget, the whole cyborg thing. I'm sure he sounds different. Everything's different. And I feel like he's about to come to that realization somehow. We'll see. Okay, nope. Before they go on. Okay, first, I have cold chills. That was beautiful. Oh, I love that so much. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that like 50 times. That was beautiful. Okay, but the next part is that I have issue with. You're telling me that the dragon from Genji's blade and the dragon from Hanzo's arrow both just went through Hanzo. They just went around him like it was nothing. Like it was a burst of a cool wind on a fall day. Dude, if that shit even touches me in game, I'm dead. So how did he just stand there? I don't know. I'm gonna chalk it up to the fact that it was their dragons and Genji was in control of the dragons and maybe he made them less hostile rather than major killer mode. I don't know. Sorry, that tilted me a little bit. Okay, let's see what the realization is like. Because I'm still mad that they apparently still don't like each other. I'm pretty sure there's no happy ending here. But we'll see.
Only a Shamada can control the dragons. Who are you?
I will not grant you the death you wish for. You still have a purpose in this life, brother.
No. No. My brother is dead. Genji.
The dragon knelt upon the ground. For the first
Oh, I'm so sorry. I gotta stop. I never knew there was anything under the Genji armor. I never knew that there was flesh under it. I thought he was just machine with I don't know, the brain or the soul of Genji. I don't know how that stuff works. Ask Mercy. But I'm so blown away that there's a real person under there. I don't feel so bad for shipping Mercy and Genji together no more, since he's obviously not full machine. I wonder, does it ever explain what Hanzo did to him? Like how he killed him? I'm seeing some roughage under here. Is this like a full-on Anakin kind of thing? Would he do burn his house in the middle of the night or what? Oh my god, I can't believe this. This is amazing. All this is beautiful. Okay, let's see what the story about the dragon is about.
What have you become?
I have accepted what I am, and I have forgiven you. Now you must forgive yourself. The world is changing once again, Hanzo, and it's time to pick a side.
Real life is not like the stories our father told us. You were a fool for believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you, but I do.
What the hell, Hanzo? Why? What kind of stick do you have up your ass that would make you like this? You got a second chance with your brother. He spared your life. He said he forgave you. He laid your happiness out on a platter, and you're just gonna pick up your arrow and point it at him like, oh, you the selfish little asshole, aren't you? You were the mean brother for sure. Y'all were so close to a happy ending. I don't like you, Hanzo. You're an asshole.
Think on that, brother.
Yeah, that one made me rage a little bit on the inside. I'm having to be quiet because everybody's asleep, but that pissed me off. It was very interesting. I mean, I guess that would be the one that ruffled my feathers the most out of all of them. The others were entertaining and interesting, and some of them were not interesting, but that was good. I want a whole series. I want the origin, I want the present, I want the future. I want a whole series on Genji and Hanzo. Oh, that was so good. I'm going to be looking at Hanzo a lot differently, though, in game. And I have a friend who mains Hanzo. I'm going to have a talk with him about that. Okay. That sums it up for tonight. I know I still have a few more to do. Obviously, I have 59 to watch still. There's plenty. So I'll be doing this again next week. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction, my commentary. Maybe you learned some things with me, or maybe you laughed at me for not knowing them. Either way, good time is a good time. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you next time.